Hi there. This is a video on subtracting polynomials. There are a couple because practice is awesome and practice makes permanent for you. So let's get right to it. So you got to remember the rules with the brackets. If there's nothing in front like this one, you can just drop the brackets. 2z plus 6 minus 7. And then we combine like terms. So this, it was a subtraction question, but not really very challenging. So this is all I can put together. So I'm going to bring down my 2z, and then 6 minus 7 is minus 1. And ta-da, that's all there was to that question. This one's a little more fun. So this negative 1, we're going to distribute throughout our brackets. So this becomes minus 9u. And we're going to do that. So negative times a negative makes me positive. Before we go any further, I'm just going to show you what I do. I am not fond of negatives. I make sign errors. That's the biggest mistake that I make in general. So I tend to be really paranoid when I see a bunch of negatives. And one of the things I can do is there's a negative outside of a set of brackets. I will just stop right now and make sure that whatever I'm seeing in the brackets, so this was positive 9, is now negative 9, and this was negative 5, and it's now positive 5. Because when you subtract, you're going to add you need the opposite, you're going to add the opposite. So that's what we're doing when we're distributing. We're going to do that. So this was a plus u, this now becomes negative u, and negative 5. So I've got 9u and minus u, that becomes minus 10u. And then I've got plus 5 and I've got minus 5, which is 0. So this is a completely cool answer. If you want to put plus 0, you go right ahead. It doesn't make any difference if you like to track it so it looks the same. Great. If not, it's fine. Let's look at these ones over here. So I have to move my paper around. There's nothing out in front, so I'm just going to copy it down. And then we're going to distribute this. You can, if it makes you happier, think that there's a little imaginary minus 1 there, and you're going to multiply that through. So negative 1 times 2z minus 2z. Negative 1 times negative 12 is positive 12y. And negative 1 times plus 7 is minus 7x. Now, I have shown you before. I'm just going to do a quick check. I changed my sign, I changed my sign, I changed my sign. Awesome. Now, this question was set up so that the order is kind of wonky. I want to make sure that that doesn't freak you out. We've got x is here and x is back there. So 5x minus 7x is minus 2x. If you are not awesome at subtracting signed numbers and integers and stuff like that, look at some of the other videos I've put together, or find a worksheet, or find something so that you become good at that, just so that you're not depending on your calculator all the time. Now we've got minus 3y and plus 12y. Signs are different, so I subtract. That's going to give me 9y, and sign of the bigger. And then we've got these two z's. So 5z minus 2z is plus 3z. Make sure you don't forget that sign. There should be a sign between each term, and we can't put these together because this is an x, and this is a y, and this is a z. There's not like terms. Sometimes people, especially students, especially on exams, they get really uptight and decide that everything has to be just a one term at the very end. No, it doesn't. It's okay. Sometimes there ends up to be more. All right, let's do the next one. So 4x minus 6, can you distribute? So it becomes plus 10x minus 12. Oops, lost an x there. All right, so 4x minus 6x is minus 2x, plus 10x is 8x. Oops, no, it's a minus now. All right, so technically, I didn't do that question right, but it still worked out. At least I hope it did. Let's check, because I don't know if you saw it, but I missed it. I'm just going to rewrite this. Oops. Correctly. I should have used BedMess. I should have taken a look to see if there's something I could do in the brackets first. 99% of the time there isn't, so this time I forgot to check. But I should follow the rules. 4x minus 6x is minus 2x. And then minus, now we're going to distribute. So plus 10x minus 12. And minus 2x plus 10x is 8x. So you can see, it honestly made absolutely no difference that I missed that. It happens. But I'm just sad because I put that question in specifically to sort of show you that that's what can happen. But it worked out anyway, so it's all good. A lot of times with addition and subtraction, and even with multiplication in this, as long as you check at the end that you don't have like terms, if you miss that step of collecting like terms at the beginning, most of the time it doesn't make a big difference. All right, so I'm going to challenge you now, if you haven't already done it, turn off the video for a while, do the rest of these questions yourself, because staring at me doing the questions isn't going to get you better. You need to try it on your own. Don't do that, well, I want to get it right. No, try it yourself, use pencil, and then turn the video back on and see how you did. If you're feeling really confident, you probably just fast forward the video to the very end and just check your answers then. All right, I'm going to trust you. Turn it off. All right, I trusted that you did that. So let's see what happens here. We got 5t minus 15, t squared, and a t and an 18. I learned my lesson over there. I'm just going to double check to make sure there's stuff I can't combine. So this just comes down. And then I'm going to distribute. So this becomes minus 10t squared. Distribute again. Minus 6t plus 18. So my signs switched. So I'm good. So now I'm going to start do the combined like terms. So 5t squared minus 10t squared is minus 5t squared. Now, I've got a minus 15 and an 18 and a 6. A habit you should get into is you always go in descending orders, which means they're descending order of exponents. So 2 is my highest exponent, then should come my minus 6t, and then should come my numbers. So we go minus 15 plus 18 plus 3. When you're doing subtraction like this, the order really doesn't matter that much. That being said, 2 things. 1, there's other stuff later on in math like factoring, long division, if you get into business or calculus or something like that, where it does matter that you have them in the right order, so you might as well start practicing it. The other thing that happens every once in a while is if I'm marking a question like this and you have, I don't know, the order mixed up, if I'm marking in a real hurry, sometimes it'll get marked wrong or I'll take off part marks simply because I didn't realize that you didn't have it in the same order. So if we all put it in the same order all the time, you get full marks, my life is easier. It's a win-win situation. Just saying. All right, let's look at the next one. So I just want to show it doesn't always have to be a set of brackets up front. It can just be a negative, or it could just be a number. So 17 comes down. We distribute minus 3x squared minus 12y plus 3z. Switched. I'm paranoid. I don't want to, especially I don't want to screw up on a video, right? Because then I have to reshoot it. Don't like that. Oh, wait a minute. First of all, that's a squared. Now, if we look at this, there are absolutely no like terms. So we're kind of done. If you want to impress your instructor, you could do that. It's not a huge difference. So when you have different letters, you do them alphabetically. And the 17, of course, has no letter, so it's going to end up at the end. And this is an understood plus that was here. You always have to remember that each one of your terms needs to be separated by either a negative or a positive sign. All right, we're almost done here. 8r squared plus 7r minus 4 distribute plus 4r squared minus 6r. r squared, 12r squared. We got 7r minus 6r. So that should be plus r. You can put 1 in there if you want. Don't need it, but if you want to put it there, you go right ahead. And minus 4. Here's my final answer. Last one. Ooh, look at this, double distribute. So minus y minus 7. And then we're going to distribute again. Minus 5y plus 1. So minus y minus 5y is minus 6y. Because there's an understood 1 there. So you whispered, did you hear that? An understood 1. And then we got negative 7 and plus 1, which is going to give me negative 6. And there we go. Circle all the answers. Makes it easy for all of us. All right, that's the end of the video.